I definitely know, and I'll definitely say it, that Mr. Nolan wants nothing revealed about Inception.
Yes.
I don't want to know anything story related. But I am curious, the teaser trailer had this amazing sound in it. Like this, I don't know if it was your music or whose music was it, but I'm curious if that is the kind of tone with the music that could you talk about that kind of effect?
Well, the sound's actually written in Chris's script. I mean, quite honestly, I mean that's Chris's writing, and it's very much his direction. And the trailer is half the trailer house, and I don't actually know who the composer was. And then we took it over and we started adding things to it as well. Especially because I believe the trailer house or the composer never got to read the script. So he doesn't quite know what he's supposed to be doing and what it's all about. And we're not going to tell you.
Oh, and I don't want to know.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Because the great thing is, and we did that with Dark Knight, we worked in such privacy. And everybody knew, everybody knew it was going to be Batman and it was going to be the Joker. But they didn't know what Batman and what Joker. And I think there's something great about, especially in this day and age where everybody knows everything instantly over the internet, isn't it nice when we can still surprise you?
Well, that's
and scare you a little.
That is actually what I'm most excited about. Is for me personally, I'm trying to find out nothing. I
Right.
want to walk into that theater and know nothing.
Right.
I know it's not going to happen because I have to sell the movie in trailers and whatever else. But
we're going to be cautious.
yes. But saying that, I am curious. The score in that teaser is the sound is amazing.
Well,
and
yeah.
I'm curious about your writing process for
Well, I have to say I had very little to do with the trailer other than going, those big bongs. Actually, those type of big bongs.
Right.
Curiously enough, I might be just starting to work on Inception. I knew what they were about, but my friend, partner, music producer Lon Balfe really got to grips with the trailer, and Chris is very collegial, and Chris and Lon get on really well as well. So it's like it is a team, and especially since so much of that came from the script. And Lon hadn't read the script, and I'm sort of going, no, just trust it. Let's just,
Totally.
Right. I need big boings here, right?
I'm very curious, though, how long, for, say, Sherlock Holmes, going back to Sherlock for a second, how long does it typically take you to write a score? And for Sherlock, how long did it take? 7
months. I was supposed to have 2 months or 3 months or something like that, and then I looked at the release date and it was Christmas. I'm going, why am I supposed to be finished 1st of August, guys? It takes as long as they give me. I have done movies in crazy record time, but I like the... it could get better if you give me, look, the difference is, and it really is true, it's all the inspiration, the moment of inspiration is, a split second, you can't even measure it. But there's this other thing about just rolling up your sleeves and doing the work and spending the time with something and refining it. And you get better ideas, and you get better, Time is an important thing, and being able to say, to stretch the moment out for as long as possible before you say, oh, it's finished. Because somehow the hubris in my brain goes, if I don't say it's finished, I still leave the door open for a good idea to happen. And, as soon as I say it's finished and I listen back to it, it's just, it's just Hans, it's just me again, but... I preclude the possibility that greatness could strike by saying it's finished. And so, at the end of the day, it's the studio that goes, okay, guys, we got a release date, let's get a move on here.
Totally. I know I have to wrap with you, but I do want to ask, obviously you're getting ready to start on Inception. Have you started, or you're starting now?
I've started. I did, I saw Chris at the Sherlock Holmes premiere in London. I was more tired than I'd been, I think, ever in my life. I mean, I had worked for 7 months without a single day off. Lots of other complications had happened during that time. There was a whole period where I'd get home at about sort of 7 or 8 in the morning. I was burned. I was tired. I was going to take a serious holiday. I see Chris at the premiere, and as I see him, I'm getting an idea. And we were in the studio 2 days after the premiere, trying out the idea. So I'm my own worst enemy, which is a long way of answering. Yes, I'm working on it.
Well, where I was going with this is, what are you planning on doing after Inception? Have you lined up other gigs?
Yeah. I got a movie with my best friend Jim Brooks, Untitled Jim Brooks Project, as it's called on IMDb. So yes, something very different. And I'm doing another thing with Gore Verbinski called Rango, which is really interesting. Really, and I saw Gore last night, and so yeah. I'm not entirely out of work.
Oh,
I'm just out of sleep.
No, I understand. Well, I guess I do want to ask you. You've done some work on the Pirates franchise, just a touch.
Just a one or two. Yeah, right. Okay.
Just a touch. So I was curious. Are you thinking about? Are they going to have you back for the fourth one?
Go and I were talking about that. Yeah, the way you're asking the question is absolutely right. Yes, of course I'm thinking about it, but at the same time, I'd love to see a script.
Right, well, I think they're still not. They still have a very far away release date.
They have a far away. I think the release date just changed yesterday. I don't know for sure, but I heard a rumor that it might have gotten itself nailed down.
I think, wasn't it May of 2011 or July of 2011?
That's not that far away. Something like that. Yeah.
It's interesting. Actually, it's a very good call because there might be suffering. This is, of course, totally off subject, but they might be suffering from the Spider-Man 4 thing, where they are just like...
Funny you should say that. No. I just think, Spider-Man 4 isn't coming out when it's supposed to be coming out now, is it?
No, that movie has been nuked.
Exactly. So does that mean that a date has opened up?
Well, 2 movies have already moved to that date. The Thor and...
Right.
I think Pirates moved, too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but
right.
That's been on... That was online, I think, 2 days ago.
Right, okay, but you see what I'm saying, so it's not that far away.
Right.
No, I'd love to see a script.
I understand. I have to wrap with you. I could talk to you for a very long time about a lot of movies, but I will say thank you so much for giving me your time. And let me do one last pan of the room and the decor so people can enjoy it.
It's not so bad. It's there are worse places to be changed to a chair in.
No, this is quite... I walked into this room and was completely blown away.